first Foley test.
Oh, sorry. I hadn't started the stream. Oh, because remember I had him do that stream continuously button so I could tell it when to start.
Oh, yeah.
I never told it when to start. Sorry. Okay, so now in a few seconds you should see me live. And what I'm curious to see what happens is...
Here we go. It's on now.
It's on? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you listen to the stream, I assume you're hearing our conversation.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay, so I'm going to play a sound pad, right? 3, 2,
Okay.
1. Sound pad's going. You shouldn't hear it clearly, but you may hear it in the background because it's playing on the speakers down here.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
I can hear it, but it's not front and center.
Okay, so that didn't sound awful, right?
No, that's fine.
Okay, and you're also hearing, so I've also got myself going through those speakers, but it doesn't, there's no bad echo or anything, right?
No, I don't hear anything bad.
So it feels like I have what I want from a sound to the arena, and I've just got to get them to use the USB out in the stream.
Okay, so you're back to how we normally do things, except you're running some of the stuff only to B mix.
B and C. So I've got B and C going.
Okay.
And I'm running.
But how are you preventing those things from entering the main mix, or did you change something with the main mix?
So no, because those are outputs. What I turned off from the main mix is I turned off the sound. So I went to the master out and I said, turn off channel 5.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Not really. I feel like everything would go out or not go out. If you shut off, then how are you getting that to go to?
Okay, sorry. You're right. Let me, I may have done something incorrectly. So the master... Oh, I see what we're saying. Yeah. The master,
somehow it must have worked. I just don't know how you did it, because I thought everything went out the master, and that you can decide what people hear. You can subtract things from the other ones, but I didn't know that you could add something to those ABCs and not have it go out on the main.
This is my error. I turned the slider down to take it out of the master and left the slider down.
Okay.
So, which works, because B and C, I've set the levels for B and C.
And you left them there.
And I left them there. So you can take it out of the master by moving the slider down.
After you've set up B and C.
After you set up B and C. So you set B and C full, and then I come back to master, pull the slider down. So that works, right? Because now I'm going to do it again.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so now I've got, you can probably hear over the field mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sound, but I did not hear that through my headset, and I don't think you'll hear that through the stream. So that's how you do it. You can use your mixes to elevate levels, but then pull stuff out of your master.
Yeah, so you have to think of the master as live. That's what's happening right now, and the other one is you preset that.
Preset.
And that doesn't change after you come back and make final adjustments to the master.
Yep, that's right.
Man, I guess I need to mess around with those mixes more. I've just not, I kind of understand how they work, but not that detail. I would have thought that.
Yeah, and I just ran a pigtail. So I've got, a red and white 1/4-inch jacks into a single, and then I got the single going 40 feet to the board.
Okay. Wow.
So the only challenge I can see now is that I must run off of battery power.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
So I think if you come up Tuesday, if you could bring, I'm going to have to order a big battery, because I'll be there 2 hours for JV, and then another 2 hours for varsity, and I just don't think that battery will last that long.
No, I can do that. I got mine here. I can bring 2 of them.
Yeah, and I'll order one of those bigger cell ones. Okay, so that's helpful to know that
Yeah, no
the
kidding. I think you
slider,
learned something there.
yeah. And I think it makes sense because in general, when you're running the board, you're on the master mix, right?
Right.
And so if you've set all the other inputs, you're fine. So I can have audio and my voice according to my dial go out.
Yeah.
And
I think
you can do a separate test ahead of time. Like I can set the mix right on the spot based on how things are going. So
current conditions.
yeah.
I think that's the key with the digital board. I think in an analog board, that's probably not possible. That if you touch an analog slider, it's going to affect everything.
Yeah.
Just because it's an analog board. Now they do have an aux, and on a traditional or on a bigger board, you would have an auxiliary, and you would have a control room, which sort of mimics some of that ABC thing, where you can say the guys sitting in the back with the board want to hear a different thing than what the house mix is that the people out in the audience are hearing in a live situation.
Yeah.
Or you can send an aux, which is totally different. You can choose to not have effects on the aux. That may be for somebody who's recording this, and they want to have a different mix in a recording room than, again, that the house hears.
Yeah.
So it's the same sort of functionality, but because this thing is not, well, that's what's interesting about this board is it's trying to mimic both live, the potential to use it for live performance, but then for podcasting, you're kind of reconfiguring what those things do. And that's where they really kind of hit the nail on the head with this thing, is that it does both.
Yeah.
It isn't just a live board and it isn't just a podcasting board. It's both. And it records. There's a lot of functionality on the thing.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah. No, agreed. So the other thing is, are you aware of a USB to TRRS, or even USB to to TRS?
Not that one, but I have the other one because that's how I hook my phone in.
You have which other one?
USB-C. I have USB-C goes into my phone. The other end is TRRS to go into the board for the phone input.
Okay.
So that's what I got two of them.
So, because the change I've made here is I've altered. Oh, there goes Andy. Turning off the lights. They're leaving the stream running.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there he is. He's got the wrong colored shirt on.
I know. That's horrible.
What's he wearing a blue shirt for? It's M1. What are you doing, man?
He sweat through the red one, his red shirt.
Okay. Well, that I could believe.
So yeah, I need USB to T. Even if it's to T, to TR.
Yeah.
No, tip. Is there, what is it? Yeah.
Well, it's either TRS or TRRS. I don't.
But what's the one with just one?
TS. That would just be tip and sleeve.
Yeah, TS.
TS.
Yeah. Because I could even do that, tip and sleeve.
Probably.
Because they just run it and then use the dongle that they have.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried about that. That's what was fouling this thing up. Now I'm back to the digital signal in through the lightning port.
Yep. Now, how are you getting that other, when you were doing it before, how were you getting it into the pad?
Well,
that has a...
I wasn't smart about it. I used voice memos thinking that would work.
Okay.
So how I did it before was I just ran monitor out. I just ran monitor out and through their pigtail system.
Okay. All right.
So, that might work. I don't know.
Oh man.
Oh, and then I ran it through the iRig, right? Remember?
Yes.
And somehow that worked. But I think if I just go back to this setup, I've got the dongle that'll enable power and audio.
Right.
I'm just gonna have to bring everything. We're gonna have to try stuff.
Yep, I think so. But I think you got something that you can fall back on a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think something. I think it's workable. I'm gonna have to think through. It's a little weird playing something and not hearing it in the headsets. Right?
Yeah. Well, okay. All right. You could have. It gets too complicated. You're gonna have to. You could have somebody else monitoring that second. You could monitor that B and C, right, with a different headphone that isn't somebody that's not participating in the stream.
But I can hear that in the arena, right? So
coming back, yeah, okay.
Just through
all right, you're gonna know it's working.
I have to, and maybe I'm just gonna have to do this with only one headset on, right?
Just lift off one ear cup so you can hear what's going on.
Yeah, because now, like, I don't know if you can hear the ambient, but that's playing through the speakers in my house, and I take
hear
my
it.
So that's okay.
And it wasn't front and center. Yeah,
right. It was in the background.
We're still on the board, right?
Yeah, we're on the board.
We're still running the stream.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we're still running a stream. So
yeah, no, I didn't hear it in front of me. It was back in the background.
Okay. Well, yeah. This is it's all interesting.
So what could I do to help you a little bit? I could try to figure out. Well, we still need to. You want to record the horn sound somehow, right? You want to get that in?
Well, I have the file on my phone.
Did you want to put that on a button?
Yeah, I was gonna. So that funky music I keep playing would be my goal horn.
All right, so I should try to figure out how that works. But you have it on your phone. You have the file.
Yeah, I yes.
So you can play it through the board and record it. Of those methods they described, you could play it through the board and record it that way.
Or just load it straight onto the card.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I could record it. So I gotta.
Well,
I can't record anything without a card, right? But if I've got a card, then I've already had the recording.
Right. Yeah, but now do you have a WAV file on the phone then that you just pull off and put on the card?
Might be MP3.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Like you said, you can convert that. So now you could just put that on the card and just call it up and assign it to button 2.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. All right. I'll look a little bit on how to do that. I'll just pick something else. Maybe I'll record one of those horns off that site and just get it with a manual recorder or something and put it on there and try it.
Yeah.
Just to learn how to do it.
All right. So, yeah, I think that and or what was the other thing? Oh, if there's an ability to is there ability to program the button? So in other words, can I push it once to play it and then push it again to stop it, versus push it once to play it and then push it again and it restarts? Do you know?
I think there's 3 modes. There's 3 modes there. One is push it once and it runs its duration. So if it's a 5-second clip, it's going to play the whole thing.
Yep.
The second one is looping. I think it'll keep going until you hit it a second time.
Okay.
And the third one is you got to hold it down and it'll keep playing until you let it go.
So there's nothing that says enable.
Stop it.
Yeah, and that's the challenge is because I'm in master view, I'd have to, if I wanted to stop it, I'd have to quickly flip over to the B or just reach up and grab the dial.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I think I feel okay and not okay. I feel like I need to go try. Yeah, I thought it's frustrating because I thought I had it working, and I just must not have tested it correctly.
That part of it with that iRig and stuff, I'm not gonna be good with helping with that because I don't quite understand what that's doing myself.
No, understood. So. Yep. It's I thought I knew what it did. I thought it took, the analog in and flipped it to be, impedance, because it's literally built for you to plug a guitar into an iPad.
I got that by reading. Right, I got that by reading it, and then I'm wondering, well, how the heck is that going to work for line level coming out of that board? I thought that would.
But
I don't know.
that's what a guitar puts out, right? Line level.
No, a guitar puts out a really low level signal that's super high impedance.
Oh,
is my understanding. So, what is that? What does that switch on there say? Does it say high Z or low Z on channel 1?
Channel 1.
Yeah, there's a button there that you can
on
push.
My board.
Yeah.
Right now it's high Z, or sorry, it's elevated. So I assume that's
it's elevated. So when you push that, it goes high Z. Let's say it's 20K. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's 100K.
Should I push it?
So that's for a good. No, don't.
Okay. That's because it'll go loud.
I think it'll go really crazy. And but a guitar pickup is super low level and really high impedance. So that allows you to use a guitar on channel 1, but none of the other ones.
Okay.
And that was kind of my understanding what that iRig did. And I was wondering how the heck that was going to work with a line level output, unless you managed to get the level just right, that it would maybe then do what you wanted. But I don't know. That's at the end of my knowledge about it. If that's what the guy recommended, that maybe it has another effect or whatnot. I don't know how to say that. But.
Well, here's the other interesting thing is, I wonder if, so typically your guitar chords are TS, right?
Yes.
And I was running TRS into that iRig.
Yeah.
It should.
Those things. It should still work. I think what will happen more likely with that is if you plug a headphone that is TRS into a or a TS, you're only going to hear it in one ear.
One ear.
It's going to default to be in one ear. There's no damage that's going to result because of how it works. It's my understanding. But what happens is you're grounding out the second ear, so all it gets is nothing. But I don't think it hurts anything to go the other way around.
Okay.
When you put a TS into a TRS, it should be fine. But exactly what that iRig is doing is a little uncertain to me, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you said you had it work on, then I don't know.
And I'm second guessing myself because I most of my testing was on voice memo because I didn't want all these recordings out on their streaming site, right?
Right.
But I feel like I did do one. I feel like I did one using the actual stream. But now I'm second guessing myself because it was kind of, it's just a little bit not as diligent as I should, and my memory is not what it used to be.
Yeah, that's another thing I worry about keeping up with these games is, can I look at the girl and come up with her name like that? Because you have to.
Right.
Sometimes I'm looking, I go, I just can't think of her name right now. I can't come up with it.
Mental block.
It's just, and there's more and more of that all the time. You kind of feel that, like, this is one of these days I'm just looking at somebody and I got blank. I've got nothing.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep. All right. Well, I don't know. I'd still like to get up there and just kind of see.
Well,
I don't know what connections they're using. I don't know anything.
So. I know that's a lot of unknowns. I'd be nervous too. What time is the JV game? 6?
No, I think
it wouldn't be that late.
Yeah, it's